is it possible for a man to be paying those bills, to be present, and still be detached?
You're the one that we answer now. Is it possible for a man to be paying bills and be detached from his wife? Answer.
Detachment. In fact, a lot of things are responsible for detachment, you know.
Okay.
One, a lot of men have since exited.
Disconnected from their wives, but they are still paying school fees. Continue.
In fact, the way you just took the words out of my mouth, I was still trying to build a foundation.
Which foundation?
You know?
I know what you people are doing. Continue.
You know, it's not the desire of any man. A man doesn't wake up. I don't think any man wakes up with a vision or with a dream or with an aspiration to disconnect from his wife. This is somebody that you went to the altar, you went to try it, like in our own wedding, for example. I had to enter river for the first time. I was on the high sea. All those sea that pirates and all those guys that used to do all these kidnappings and all that. We were on that river for more than 20-30 minutes into the sea before we got to your village. At the end of the day, that same woman that you
find out that she's not the one that you want.
No, it's not.
I mean, you find out that you cannot connect with her because you are now in a higher social level, which is what you are course. Because you told her not to go to work. You are now doing different courses. You now went.
No, that's not what I'm.
You are now in a higher pedestal. You cannot. She cannot relate with you the way you want.
That's not what I'm.
You are now emotionally detached from her while you are just paying bills.
All I'm saying is that maybe he was having certain aspirations as, okay, I'm married to this woman, I should be here in 5 years, I should be here in 10 years time, and somehow all the dreams, all the goals, all his aspirations are not met.
So he now detached from her to now attach to another person that will take him to his dreams?
No, it's not necessarily the man attaching to another woman, but that could be a consequence of that particular action. It could be that maybe somebody else is offering the inspiration that the wife... Somebody else might be offering that inspiration. Wait, calm down.
That you not suffer.
Calm down.
With the man to get to that place that he thinks that is a no place. The person not suffer with him or to get to that place. Then now all of a sudden.
It could also be that it's because of his partner that he's detaching. Yes. A lot of men have detached because of the quality of wives or the quality of women.
The quality of wives that
the quality of women that they are married to. You know, maybe after a period of time, the quality of that woman has begun to depreciate.
The quality of the wife.
Quality, yes.
If the quality of a woman depreciates, then the shame is to the husband. The husband that made her to depreciate now wants to run away and now go and meet another person that is appreciated. No, it doesn't make sense because number one, is the man that stressed her out.
Oh wow.
That she now looks older. Is the man that put the sperm in her, that made her to now get pregnant and now add, which he's now calling depreciation. Is the man that either suck her breast or made the children that she born to do it and the breast now change. It now is all depreciation. It's because of the sacrifice that she was making because of the husband and the children that maybe she did not do some courses, she did not finish her masters, she was not able to do something that she was supposed to do because there's some women, see, there's some women that do jackie for their husbands in the sense, which is not bad, which is in the sense that how you as a woman, you are seeing that your husband is rising, doing this course, going for this meeting, going for that meeting, and you are now there when he comes back, you're cooking food for him. He now wants to discuss something with you, and you're now discussing how the pancake gets brown or black. The man will not connect because he has gone to a higher level than that.
But how do you now?
But she did that because she was making a sacrifice for the husband. And I said, That she depreciated.
Wait, when I say quality, wait.
Never say quality or depreciation.
Wait.
I'm telling you, you don't have
calm down.
You don't go through the stress that women go through.
Men have their own. I talk of quality. It's not all about physical appearance.
Joe, wait. How many years do you used to senior me?
Maybe like 5, 6 years.
You senior me with 6 years, but look at our faces. It looks like you are very, very close in age. Why? He will not say depreciation. Me depreciate.
No, wait. Calm down.
I have to work. And I have to take care of my husband.
You are never allowing me to talk. When I say depreciation, it's not all about the physical depreciation. I appreciate the fact that you've mentioned scenarios where a man is married, he's moving up his career, he's doing all of those things. The wife maybe based on her own decision or based on a mutual decision between the husband and the wife. That maybe, okay, wife, will just relax. In the next 1 decade, just keep the home front while I chase the money, while I chase this and I chase that. And that's not totally wrong. Couples agree on these things. They have time frames for a lot of things, developmental growth processes, children, all of those things. So like for example, myself, I'm invested into the daily lives of my children. I cannot say I leave that responsibility to you alone. I sometimes bathe my kids, I cream them, I clothe them, I wash their clothes. Yes, what are you talking? I do all of those things. I do a lot of times. A lot of times. Even the dresses that sometimes they wear, I pick those things. Do you understand? The kind of ointment they should use, I take, pick up from school, drop off in school, all those things.
I said, you know that when it even comes to these men that have left their wife and are just paying school fees, this depreciation, some people will say that, yes, they are not even able to. That
they cannot connect.
Now, apart from even the mental connection.
Mental is very key. Yes, mental is very key.
Now they cannot really share deep things and more sophisticated intellectual things with them because she's not their mind mate. That she's not... She cannot
relate on that frequency.
She cannot understand what they are saying, and so they now prefer to discuss it with their business operations manager in the office. They will discuss it with their strategic partner. They will discuss it with their secretary. But why not? Even if your wife will not understand it very well, why not be at least just say, tell her the bullet points. So that's me. I tell my husband when I first got married to him, I say, whatever thing happens, gist me first. I think it's very good because if that thing is not sitting, let him write it down. Let him come and gist me first, because that excitement to gist about your passion. If a man now carries the excitement to gist about your passion to another woman,
she might help him to interpret it.
Oh my God, I had a friend. Then the girl now say,
You are dreaming big. I like men that dream big.
I like men. The girl will not be doing and it's the wife that's supposed to have done that. But now it's not the girl, it's the strategic partner that's now doing it. But what I even want to talk about is about
what can women do to identify when a man has drifted.
Before we even get to what a woman will do to identify when a man has drifted. Do you know that there are some men that will say that they cannot really, that the reason why they are not even sending their wife sexually or anything, that the place where they used to go inside to this thing, that is no more the way it was when they got married to her, and now they don't even feel anything that is too wide. Who made it? Who made it wide? This. Wait.
Is a mutual effort. It's a mutual effort. It's a mutual effort.
No. If, for example, now it's wide.
Okay, if the woman was on her own.
If a woman does not have sex for 6 months, 1 year, it will tighten back. Tighten to the point that if he tries to come, he himself will wound. But it's not tight. Why? Because number one, she gives herself willingly as a sacrifice to him. Number two, she pushed out children for him, and he now has a mouth to now say that he doesn't understand what's going on there. What's the right thing that a man's supposed to do? At that point, you call your wife, you say, that the way this thing is going, I'm no longer enjoying it. And now I'm not more feeling this again. Why not? I read in this place. Why not try this Kegel exercise? Why not do this?
It's true.
Why not do this?
I was about getting there. There are a lot of, thank God for technology, thank God for this state that we're in presently. There's a lot of information out there as to how partners can actually achieve very peak performance, both on the male side and even on the female side. A lot of resources. So I feel that's not even so much of an excuse. There are a lot of things that people can actually do to ensure that they bring there's that connection between spouses. But now another thing is beyond the body, beyond sexual, mental, the mental thing. I've seen couples that maybe the man feels that the wife cannot measure up to his thinking frequency. I've also seen relationships where it's actually on the other end. It's the woman that is actually keeping it real mentally, and maybe the man is, struggling far behind and all that.
Apart from even the mind mates, there are even some men that cannot play with their wives, they cannot play with their children. You will see a man, you will never see him laugh with his wife.
But outside he's laughing.
You will never see him laugh with children. Once you just come, thank you, welcome. But outside you now see him, you now say, my husband can laugh. That's what I mean. laugh. If I see my husband laughing the laugh, I say, hey, my husband has not laughed this type of laugh with
in
me.
a long
and
time.
it's a problem, oh.
Is
Because,
actually that's like a pointer.
I will question my husband that the way you were laughing in the last 6 months since I got married to you, you had never laughed like that to me. I laughed at that woman. Cut it, oh. Any gist that you were gisting that was not that you were not laughing like that. Come and laugh with me. Because a woman has to be sensitive. When you're not seeing that your husband is not laughing a kind of laugh that he has never laughed with you, all of a sudden, before he's laugh like this. before your husband was laughing like this. Nice, laughing like, ha ha ha. You don't know that something has awakening inside him.
There might be a ginger that
woman, you have to quickly go and snatch that thing that has woken and not tell that thing that it's me. You must laugh.
No, but really, on a deeper thought now. Not like
my thought was not deep.
I'm not saying what we've been saying since I've not been deep. What I'm trying to say is how do women really identify men who are drifting? Like, is there one thing that is out there that you are aware of? Yeah.
How I identify?
Have you ever seen me in a drift state before?
I have seen my husband in a drifting state before.
Okay, drifting not to another woman, but just drifting. Okay.
Number one, my husband is not a reserved person. My husband will not be reserved. When my husband starts doing like this and his mouth is going to one side, and he's talking to me and one eyes, when he's talking to me and one eyes is now closing like this and one mouth is going up, I know
something
that you are no more with me. And you will not sleep, because I must go to the root of the matter. Because if you don't go to the root of the matter, that eye, before you know, it will not be doing, and it's you that is. So me, when I sense that from you, number one, when you start looking at me with one eye almost closed, I know that something is wrong. When you become quiet, I know that something is wrong. When you start saying, no, go ahead, I know that something is wrong. So those are some things.
Yeah, I think on my own part, sometimes when I feel like, okay, I'm in that drift state, sometimes you are drifting because of unmet expectations.
Yes.
It could be your own expectation of yourself. Or from not even. It could also be about your partner. It could be about different things. But you're not. You've always thought that, okay, by this time this should be happening, that should be happening. You know, men try to be very fixed on certain targets and all that, and somehow you've missed on a lot of targets, and you're like, the next 3 months, 4 months, 5 months are not really sure for you. At that point, you are drifting. At that point, you might not necessarily be able to share with your partner, or maybe call her, talk about those things, because you don't want to look weak. You don't want to sound like maybe you don't have it all together, because most men will try as much as possible to put up that front of we having everything together, but it doesn't happen that way all the time. So when a man is losing ground on his goals, it can cause him to drift. And that can also bring about some vulnerabilities in a man, which some other person, some other woman out there might be able to take advantage of. You understand? And I think that is the time when a woman also needs to pour a lot more into her man. In terms of encouragement, sometimes you'll be wondering, is it that women don't encourage their husband? You husbands, you see a lot of men out there, they are going through a lot financially or otherwise. Women treat their men as ATM cards. They are not really thinking about, okay, how is this guy really faring? What's really happening to the man? Not really about his performance, but what's happening to him on the inside. You know, who is taking care of, the mental issues that are going on the man's mind. So some of all these thoughts are things that I feel responsible women, sensitive women, women who really want to take their husbands to another point.
At that point now, what is actually going to minister to him? Is it sitting down and talking to the man himself, not really caring about his performance, but just to know exactly what's going on in his head, or can it be cured through sex?
Is sex really a cure?
I don't know.
Because if you are saying cure now, can sex cure poverty? Sex cannot cure poverty. Sex cannot pay your house rent. Yes. Sex cannot send your children to school.
Okay, so
do you understand? So at that point,
it's now changing because of a lot of things.
Yeah, at that point, a man is now at his kid level. I'm not saying a man needs his mom, but a man needs a woman who is not necessarily, because sometimes men may see their wives as, because women, most times, because of the roles that women play, women a lot of times are on the demand end of things. But at that time, a man needs supply, not demand. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Supply.
Yeah, Yeah, a man needs comfort, a man needs supply, a man needs you to be able to talk to that inner person that he is. Not to place demands on him, not to talk about maybe this issue, that issue. No issue. At that point, the issue is the man. He's at a point where he really needs a support system that is not dragging him off, dragging things off him, taking things off him, but rather pouring into him. How can you pour into a man? That's another question.
How can I pour into a man?
You can talk to that person, that man that you saw that used to have very big dreams, very big aspirations and all that. Sometimes at that point in time, you can remind your man about his aspirations, about his goals, about the things that he assured you were going to take place. You just talk about those things, not because from a standpoint of the fact that he's already failing at those things, but to encourage him that those things are still possible. Then you can also need to clarify from him if you are his problem.
Yes.
And because sometimes it could just be that, okay, the wife is the issue that the man is actually having at that point in time. So if you are the issue, you need to be able to humble yourself, not to now start defending yourself. Because at those times, you now find a lot of women who talk, defend, even the indefensible. Things that are not even worth defending, they begin to defend it. Then you shut the guy out. And once you shut a man up, you've closed him out. Once you close him out, you've lost him.
A man doesn't want a woman to say her mind. Okay, me, I don't say that shutting a man up. A man has said something. You too, you want to not say your own mind, and not say you're shutting me up.
That's not when to say your mind. You have to be diplomatic in some of these things.
Okay.
It's not in everything that you are always quick to say, okay, this is how I feel.
Okay.
At that point, how you feel is not important. It's how that person is feeling. And these things could also be vice versa. A woman might also find herself in that place. At that point, it's not all about how you feel as a man.
There are many women too that they are present, they are cooking food for their husband, but they are no
gone.
more there. Some women are staying because of their children, not because of their husbands. To them, they are not even married again. Anything they are doing, they will just stay there. If you say bude, they bude. But they are no more.
They are gone.
They are just there because of their children. Some are there for different reasons. You just see, because there's some men that are so insensitive. A woman will go, she will barb her hair. The man will not understand. He will not see it. A woman will go, she will pierce. The first time I got married to my husband and we quarreled, I pierced second ear to see if he will quarrel me so that he can
ear piercing is very small now. How do you expect me to? How many able to see a piercing on the ear?
You did not see the hole until the whole block. So
that's why.
Sometimes a woman will be so angry with her husband. She might not talk to her husband correctly. Like she'll be like, yes, no, and he will not notice. So all those things will now make a woman to just detach. And
but detaching for a man, detaching for a man, I cannot really say it's worse off, or maybe it's more intense, but it's just unfortunate that in a lot of marriages out there, too many people are married but single.
Yeah, that's just it.
Yeah, too many people are married but single. They are alone. There's so much aloneness. And
that married but single, it's not like throughout your marriage you were married but single. No, it's a specific time, some specific corners in your life, some specific turns in your life, some specific times in your life when you just feel like you are alone. Like nobody really gets me. Even this husband I'm married to, even this wife I'm married to, they don't really understand what's going on. It happens.
It happens sometimes,
yeah. And I can say that for real.
A lot of times. It's actually it's both ways. It's both ways.
Go through your phone. You don't even see who you can even share exactly what is going on. And your husband, maybe at that point there's something going on and you are just alone. It happens.
So what can people really do about? What's the cure now? What's the cure? Is it more sex? Is it more gisting? Is it opening all communication lines, or is it also coming to your partner, bearing it all out instead of talking to third parties? Because sometimes you find a lot of people don't even talk to themselves.
Yeah.
But they are quick to they share this thing with maybe a counselor somewhere, a colleague at work, a director in the office, a pastor, a high priest, and all of those things,
Personally, I share. When it has hooked me too much, I call you and I decide that we should share it. And then I also pray.
Yeah.
And then I also try to create scenarios where we can
spend time together.
Spend time or even meet. So maybe if we are quarreling and we have not been able to talk about anything for a very long time, I can, even if it's to create a scenario where two of us have to be somewhere and we have to talk, just to break the ice. So I think partners have to be creative too in trying to break the eyes when the other partner is already going.
Yeah, and for you men out there who are big ups on responding to bills, your family wants to go on a vacation, you are there. Your wife is ill, you are there. You know, you are there for everybody.
But you feel lonely.
Sometimes I feel men also, there should be things that wives are also doing for husbands that can also bridge that gap, because a lot of men, you know,
cooking and the
wait now, cooking,
not enough.
Cooking, the man is sometimes men are providing the money to cook.
Okay.
Women may also be doing that. I'm not saying it happens. You know, these days women are also the era of saying men are the only providers. It doesn't happen that way anymore. Women are also providing in homes, bringing their salaries.
How do bridge the gap?
I'm just saying, do something for your husband that you don't do all the time.
Okay.
That you do once and it's like a wow experience.
Okay.
You know, sometimes like I tell you that it's very sweet to eat a woman's money. You know, when you take me out maybe to go and do fish and chips and all those things, I'm like, wow, okay, my wife is spending money. She's spending money on me, not because I cannot afford it, but it's really nice. It's really nice for a woman to wake up and say, okay, I want to give my husband a treat. This man that has been doing this, thinking of rent, thinking of fees, thinking of this, thinking of that, thinking of all those things. You know, what is it that we can do to this man? Just like in the Bible when the king was asking what can be done for, what's Mordecai? You understand? That kind of question. A man that has been so instrumental to the growth, development of his wife, of his children, of their entire family. You know, what can I do for this man?
You stay up in the night, like, what can I do? What can I do?
What can I do?
This Valentine that is coming.
Yeah.
I'm even thinking.
Please think very well.
What can I do for you?
Think very well.